Welcome to the 25th installment in Trading Strategy Guide's Trading Education Series. Today, I've got 5 hints and kinks about MetaTrader, so don't go away. Hi, this is Tim from TradingStrategyGuides.com. Thanks for coming back for this installment of our Trading Education Series. In today's video, we'll wrap our discussion of MetaTrader with 5 hints and kinks for MT4. This video is not sponsored by MetaQuotes, so what you'll hear is my unvarnished opinion. And be sure you stay until the end of the video, and I'll show you the dream trade for this week. Let's get started. Today, I'm going to talk about a few hints and kinks to make your enjoyment of MT4 complete. Well, that might be a little bit of a stretch. Just like everything else in life, MT4 has some very annoying quirks. Let's just say that I'll show you how I deal with some of them. The first item on my list is the strategy tester. The strategy tester can be accessed by clicking this toolbar button right here with the magnifier on the page, or you can click View Strategy Tester right here, or you can hit Control-R. In any case, what you end up with is the strategy tester down here. Now, in theory, the strategy tester seems like it ought to be awesome, you know? You can take an expert advisor or EA and test it on any pair and any time frame. Except it just doesn't work that well. I've actually run the same EA for the same time period and time frame multiple consecutive times and gotten multiple different results from it. I know part of the problem is the historical price data, but that doesn't explain why there are different results when you run it multiple times. We at Trading Strategy Guides tried to use this for testing a few years ago and decided that the results were just too sketchy. Even after downloading reliable price data, it was still sketchy. So we switched over to TradeStation to do our strategy testing. And speaking of price data, item number 2 on the list is that very thing, price data. Unlike stocks or futures, Forex is a distributed market. If you trade Amazon, for example, there is only one source for your data feed, and that's NASDAQ. If you trade the S&P 500 E-mini futures, there's only one source for your data feed, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and so on and so on. Forex prices, however, are whatever your broker's price feed says they are. So one broker's price may not be the same as another broker's price. And that high price you just drew a resistance level on may be many pips different from one broker to the next. That's one of the reasons why I stress that a line is never just a line, it's always a zone. Now, just so you understand a bit about MT4, there are a limited number of price feeds for all the MT4 platforms in the world. I don't know how many there are, but it is far fewer than the number of brokers that use MT4. So you can have 2 different brokers with the same price feed and 2 other different brokers with a different price feed. That means if you have multiple different Forex brokers and multiple different MT4 platforms, then the prices may differ from one platform to another, or they may not. So this is probably more of a Forex thing than an MT4 thing, but it will affect your trading if you compare your setups to another trader at a different broker. Item number 3 on the list is more of a hint than a complaint. It involves selecting objects for moving. Now let's put an object up here so I can demonstrate. Now by default you can double-click a drawing object if you want to select it, but I prefer the single-click solution. You'll notice when a horizontal line is selected, you get little round circles at the ends of the line. You have to select a line to be able to grab it and move it. And then if you unselect it, circles are gone, you cannot grab it and move it. I mentioned this in an earlier video, but if you want to single click to select an object, click on Tools, Options, hit the Objects tab, and tick the box that says Select Object by single mouse click, and click OK, and you will be able to select it with a single mouse click. Way more convenient in my humble opinion. Item number 4 is about the volume bars. If you followed the channel for a while, you'll know that I like to look at the volume bars when I trade. You also know that I hate the default volume bars because they appear in the same window pane as the candlesticks. You get the default volume bars by right-clicking on the chart and clicking Volumes or hitting Control L. These are the volume bars. I'm not sure what these guys were thinking when they made this the default, except I see this on a lot of charts in a lot of different places. But as you can see right in here especially, the volume bars slam into the candles, and you have to look really closely to see where the volume bar ends and the candlestick begins. And of course you have no idea how long the candle is because it's behind the candle wick. So that's just extremely annoying to me. So I always put the volumes in a separate window pane. Now on TradingView that's pretty easy. I showed you how to do that a few weeks ago. But it's not quite as straightforward on MT4. You actually have to download a different volume indicator to do that. I use the one called Volume MA. I'll put a link to it in the description box below. It allows me to put the volume bars in a separate pane and even lets me add a moving average, which of course is my thing. This is what Volume MA looks like. And lastly, item number 5 also refers to volumes. When I see a huge volume on a daily pin bar, I like to know whether the volume went into the bullish move or the bearish move in the pin bar. To do that, I drill down to the lower time frames to see what volume corresponds to each movement. Now for an example, what I'm referring to here, here's a Euro USD daily chart. And you'll see right here we've got a pin bar. This happens to be on September 1st. Now just drilling down to a 1 hour chart, it's kind of a pain now because where is the movement that caused that? You got to start looking at this tiny date time display down here to see. Let me show you a little bit easier way. Go back up to your daily chart, drop a vertical line on the day in question, and drop another vertical line on the day after. So I've dropped a line on September 1st and on September 2nd here. Now we're going to turn off the auto scroll so this won't keep jumping back to the most current candle. And we're going to drill down to the H1. Okay, now you can see we're on the H1 chart. Next we want to scrunch up the bars as much as possible and then just start dragging the chart until you find your vertical lines. And there they are. Now let's expand this back out. And if you put the vertical lines as far left as possible, then when you expand the chart back out, it expands to the right and it won't jump off the chart. Now what we've got is a bar at the very beginning of September 1st and a bar at the very beginning of September 2nd. So these are the candles that comprise that September 1st day. Here is where the big volume went into that day. This move and this move. Well, look at that. We got another pin bar. So let's drill this down even further. We just move our vertical lines so they enclose the times in question. You drag that over to the left. Go to a 5-minute chart. And there you go. Now we have a little bit more information. Big volume went into this bar. This was definitely a bearish bar. It closed down. And volume went into this bar. which is another pin bar. So if we want to, we can drill down to the 1 minute chart to see what made this pin bar. But this right here pretty much tells us our story. I've heard it said that necessity is the mother of invention. I believe laziness must be the father though, right? And that wraps our discussion of the MetaTrader trading platform. Later on in the Trading Education series, we're going to take a look at both MetaTrader and TradingView in a bit more detail with respect to technical analysis. But next week, we're going to touch on the dreaded subject of brokers. Now let's take a quick look at the Dream Trade for this week. Dream Trades is a new service from Trading Strategy Guides. I've been testing the system out for a few weeks now, and I'm getting some really good trades. Just a quick overview, Dream Trade shows you selected stock issues that meet the Dream Trade's criteria. This is the Running with the Bulls page for Tuesday, September 29th. The stocks are selected by their trade volume and other fundamentals, and also by the price with respect to the three moving averages: the 50-day, the 150-day, and the 200-day simple moving averages. The Running with the Bulls page shows potential buy trades. The Sleeping with the Bears page shows potential sell trades. A few weeks ago, we entered this Atlantic Union trade, or AUB. It pushed on down. It hit two targets on the day that it broke. Our stop is currently at $21.77 to lock in $1.15 on this. Our next target is $19.48. Came very close to that a few days ago but didn't hit it. Now obviously it's pushed up. Tried to push down again on Tuesday but did not succeed and ended back up here. We'll see what this thing is going to do, but my stop is still at $21.77 on this one. Last week's Dream Trade, ARCA Inc. or ACA, hasn't triggered yet, but it's continually testing this 50 SMA right here. So I expect it will break sometime soon. Again, I'm looking for a daily candle close above this 50 for a buy trigger. As I've mentioned before, this video is being recorded on Tuesday afternoon. Right now it's late, about 5:30 New York time. I looked through all the trade setups on the Dream Trades list to find something that will be ready to set up tomorrow afternoon. The list mostly shows trades that are ready right now. Now today's Dream Trade setup is a potential buy on B2 Gold Corp, or BTG. I especially like this because it pushed down to this $6 level right here, and it popped, and now it is attacking the 50 but hasn't broken through yet. So Tuesday is closed, so it's possible that this thing could break through on Wednesday or not, but keep an eye on it. I'm definitely going to buy this thing on a daily close above the 50 SMA. Now taking the Dream Trades is fairly simple. It does require a bit of analysis, so about 30 minutes or so before the market closes, or about 3:30 New York time, take a look at the charts for all the calls in the Dream Trade apps and find the ones that have been trending in the correct direction. Like this, that has been pushing in the right direction for a few days. Also, we want to see a spike in the volume on the breaking candle. Now for a buy, I look for a candle close above the 50 SMA. Then I put the stop loss at 95% of the entry price and the first target at 105% of the entry price. So in other words, I will look at the entry price, multiply it by 0.95. That'll give me my stop loss price, and 1.05 multiplied by the stock price will give me my first target price. If the price starts going sideways, we close it and move on, allowing us to use our equity on something that's actually making money. When the price hits the first target, we'll move the stop loss up to break even, And each time the stock moves 5% in our direction, we'll move our stop loss 5%, so it will always be 5% behind the current price. Now I want to clarify, the trade management of these dream trades is different from my normal trade pick strategy. In the trade pick strategy, we take some profit when the price hits our first target. That results in lower drawdown, but it also results in smaller profit when the trade runs. And that's our dream trade for this week. If you want more information about dream trades, just click the link below in the description box. And be sure to come back next Wednesday at 3 p.m. and we'll talk about trading brokers. That should be fun. Be sure to come back next Wednesday at 3 p.m. as we continue our discussion of the MT4 trading platform. Don't miss my Trading Picks videos on Fridays and Mondays right here at Trading Strategy Guides YouTube channel at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified when these videos come out. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you with a new trading pick on Friday.